y'all feel now that it's culminated into this big victory?
It feels really good because I can tell you in my life, and martial arts and life, kind of go hand in hand a little bit, and it teaches you stuff. But prior to even getting onto the show, man, I was really wondering if I was gonna do this. I've been sitting backstage for these shows, watching Benson do it, and Efren, and I kind of thought, man, this is never gonna happen. And then to go to the show, and at first it was cool. The first couple of days, like, yeah, man, and then it's the same thing every day, and I didn't want to be there anymore. I did not want to be there. And you're like in this competition. I want to win this. That's the point why we're here, but it's terrible. And then, I do well, and then there was getting cut and getting told that you didn't perform, and it was just terrible to me because really, like, I don't worry about winning and losing. I worry about performing. I worry about going out there and giving my best effort. And if, that doesn't happen and I end up losing, at least I can live with myself. But to not give my best effort, but I felt like I gave my best effort. So to get cut, I kind of took it personal because it kind of talks about my character, who I am as a person. And then to finally get it back on, like, I just wasn't mentally there, man. I kind of cut out. I wanted to go home. And then it was like, all right, well, I'm here to fight. Okay, I'm still in the competition. This is what I do. So I went in there and did it. And I even performed pretty well there. Just, made a mistake and dropped my hands. And I paid the consequences for not being focused in the fight. And against a dangerous guy. And then, I didn't know what was going to happen after the show. And, this is it. As soon as I asked, they said, hey, man, here's your, get a contract. I just was like, this is it, man. This is everything. It was almost unreal. I almost went numb. I almost didn't feel anything because I thought this was a joke. There's no way this is actually real. So that's it, man.
How close were you to actually going home with the show? It seemed like, I'm sure the show didn't show everything. It seemed like you were really thinking about it.
I had said it a couple of times. I said it to some of the guys. I said, there's nothing holding us here other than this competition. If you don't want to be in this competition anymore, we could just leave. And a couple times I did. I thought about it. I was like, man, fuck this, dude. There's got to be a better way to do this, man. But I'm not a quitter. And so, as miserable as it was, I wasn't going to leave. I wanted to, but I'm not a quitter. And so I wasn't going to leave.
Would you say that, it's all worth it now that everything's said and done, sticking with it despite how tough it could be at times?
Yes, this has been a long journey. When this started, I had no idea that I'd be here with the W. I really didn't even know if that I was going to get a fight after the Ultimate Fighter. I didn't know what was going to happen. People are asking me, hey, did you get a contract? And all I could do was put my hands up and say, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. And so, yeah, yeah.
And they gave you a tough test in Abner. It was a close fight. You guys went back and forth. How did you feel when you were waiting the judge's decision? Were you confident that you were going to get the win?
No, I believed I won that fight. I believed I won the first. The second round's the only one that I thought maybe it could go the other way, but I was confident that I probably took in that one. And the third fight, as soon as they said it was 29-28, I knew it. I knew it beforehand. But the judges. I don't care what the judges say. I care what I feel like. I care what my team cares. They care about. But like looking at him and feeling how I felt, because when you're in there, you feel things. And I felt like I was winning the whole time I was fighting. I felt like I was winning. A couple times he kicked me hard. I was like, I don't want that to happen anymore. But I didn't think I was losing. He got a little moment, and then I made him pay for those moments. And I thought I was winning the whole time. And that's how I felt.
So do you feel like a UFC fighter now, man? Now this all said and done, you get your first W. Some guys say, I need another fight, but how do you feel?
No, I feel like a UFC fighter. I really do, because, being a fighter, I've always been a fighter. I've always felt like a fighter, and now that I've done it on the stage, I'm an official UFC fighter. Before this fight, though, people would ask, well, you got a contract, you're a UFC fighter. Well, let me get that W first. And now I got a W under the promotion. I got a paycheck under the promotion. And I'm stoked. I'm glad to go out there and be able to tell the public now. My name is Gruetzemacher, and I am a UFC fighter, so I'm stoked.
How soon do you want to get back in?
As soon as I'm healed up, man. He beat my arms up pretty good with some of those kicks. As soon as I can get to the doctor and have him check it out and get cleared, as soon as possible, to be honest, man. Like, I tore my ACL in 2012. I got put on a shelf for about a year, and my ACL took a year and 9 months before I fought. And then after that, it was a year and 4 months before I fought on the Ultimate Fighter. So I only had one fight in 3 years. So I've been training. I was training the whole time, and I'm only getting older. But I built all these skills, and I'd like to show the world them. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go for another fight and show the world what I can do and what I've been training for. Because there was 3 years I just was sitting on the sidelines, ready to go, and just wasn't able to do anything.